Hello, welcome to episode 29 of our Timberborn Update 3 Harder Mode Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. Last time we did a whole lot of bumbling around with builders and haulers and fixing some small things and figuring out a little bit more with our train stuff and our board supply, planks, whatever you choose to call them. And we've discovered that it still isn't enough, despite having 1.2 thousand planks stored up. If I can click correctly, there we go. This district only has 782, and I'd venture to say most of those are probably caught in storage in places that can't be exported, so we need to make more. We'll be doing that today. We have a couple other things to do as well. We are still 24 days left in this drought here. We may or may not end up finishing the drought in this episode. We'll see. We have some small things to fix. Try to get a little bit more water pumped out as much as we can before it all evaporates. And then I want to see how much of this Megadam we can still finish constructing. All that because we've had quite a bit done, but there's a lot to go, and I want to make sure that the moment this drought ends, we can have water just flow all the way through and start backing up here. We'll open up all these floodgates and just let it roll on in. So to get that done, we're going to have to accomplish a couple of things, and among them is probably going to be, as a couple of you have suggested in the comments, having plank generation in this district right here to take care of some of this other stuff. I guess we could theoretically do it up here too because of how this is set up, although the demand is actually higher than this engine can currently produce. So we might want to put in a second one. It's probably a smart idea. We'll see how that goes. So right now we have these two guys, each demanding 200, and then all of these charging stations. So the correct thing to do is probably to just get rid of these chargers and put a second engine in. But we'll get there when we get there. First thing we should probably do is get some plank making going on. And this district right here, currently, this area, is probably the best place to put this, just by virtue of how these things are all set up. So what we'll go ahead and do is get rid of all of this stuff and put in a couple of these power shafts. Just send this over this way. And then I think we'll probably... yeah, that direction's probably fine. Just to do that right there. Pop those two guys in. If I can click on the path correctly. There we go. We'll get these priority built here. And that should hopefully speed up construction of some of our other stuff. The wall does not need planks, but the ladders and the platforms do, and this whole thing does. And that's going to be pretty important moving forward to be able to access the rest of this, I think. I think this should, skipping all of this path, that is, this should allow us to get all the way up here. And that's going to be very important for us moving forward. So, wow, they sure did that fast. Alright, we got to set that to work by bots, and they should be able to get all that going. These are set to store logs, which we currently don't really have very many of because our trains are a little slow in this district. I could just pause and click on it. Okay, so they're carrying logs now. I don't know, for whatever reason, the trains just weren't really carrying very much. And they still have not been able to stock planks. So we have tons, and I do mean tons of logs just stored up here in our fantastic Jenga tower of logs. It is almost completely full. And we should be doing something with them because we have all these things that really need to be filled up and put into good use. Because we have to keep making the gears pretty much indefinitely. We have to keep making the explosives pretty much indefinitely. And we need planks to make these treated planks for our mines. So, in all honesty, we probably should have been doing this entire time. Putting in a ton of lumber mills, whatever the game wants to call these things. So to that end, I'm going to go ahead and put in a few more of these things. And I think it's time to just go ahead and demolish these tracks if I can get... See, I don't want to get anything except the tracks. I think that should be... Yeah, we can leave the platforms in place. That's fine. And then we'll put these guys up here. Oh, gotta flip that one. There we go. I believe this should still be within range. Yeah, easy. If this already goes all the way down there, that'll be a-okay. And then I would like to just have this go all the way across here. I don't know if I'm really going to be able to. We can certainly try, though. That'll connect there, of course, and then eventually I'll probably want to detonate at least the top layer of this island, so we'll get that going. It's going to be probably one of those annoying one piece at a time kind of things, because I know how much you guys love that stuff. It's fun. It's okay to have fun when playing games. I think so, at least. So actually, to that end, let's hold off on that guy, because we might be able to put him in the correct orientation, depending on how this ends up working out here. See, one there, there, and oh, so close. So I might actually put this one this way and put some bot charging stations in, because we could probably use some of those. Anyway, that'll keep these guys busy for a little bit of time. This district does have unemployed beavers still, so we are going to be taking advantage of those and continuing to export the bots, because, well, we have a mighty need for bots and bot-like activities. This district has 12 bots and 6 unemployed bots, so we're probably going to move some of these guys over to another district. In reality, we pretty much only need the 10 here and the 2 here. Everything else can be handled by the bio beavers, as I like to call them. So let's actually do that right now. From District 23 to District 25 to 28. I'm sorry. we gotta get these guys going here. All right. I also need to name these districts. So I am probably going to be putting out a community post, one post a day for the next couple of days to try and name these districts. I've gotten a lot of really good suggestions, but I do want to make sure that people have the ability to all weigh in on stuff. So I will compile laggy game. I will compile some of the suggestions into a poll, and we can vote. Winners will be named whatever the winning vote is. And why do we not have... why does this say no... You know what? I'm not very smart, am I? Of course that's not going to work. I got to do one of these numbers. Yeah, and then I have to have... Oh yeah, we're waiting on planks that we can't... Oh no, we're waiting on planks that we can't make until we have planks to power the thing that then allows us to make the planks. Say that one 5 times fast. Oh man. Alright, so that's a bit of bad luck there. By bad luck I mean bad planning. I guess I could and probably should. Yeah. There's no chance this goes any faster unless I just do this. So we'll just... Oh man, we'll just stick this guy right there. That's fine. We'll just do that. That's okay, because this will allow it to just go immediately, and yeah. I should have seen that one coming. So, at least they're still getting to work on this, and we have a small amount of logs going here, so we really need to make sure that this station right here is equipped to send logs. Okay, and these probably... I mean, I guess we should have some bots that are doing hauling because they can go 24 hours a day. But, you know... I just don't know. I just don't know. It's going to take them a while to actually... Oh, now they're sending planks. Good. So maybe I kind of went a little too fast with this. I don't know, waiting on logs forever and ever and ever. That's fine. This guy is tired. Put on the old turbo speed and let them get this stuff done sooner rather than later. We are going to have to build more of these charging stations. We just need planks, as one might guess. Hopefully they can get that done pretty quickly here. So in the meantime, yeah, this should be, well, as soon as we have any planks at all, should be okay. Filling these up. Yeah, it's just one of those things that takes time. This guy has been dutifully logging, which is nice to see. Alright, and a number of you said, hey, you don't have this set to bots. So guess what? Now it's set to bots. And there's 4 of them. And now this is set to bots. And now this is set to bots. So that should... oh, should have solved all of our building problems. We now have 6 open spots. Man, we're going to have a lot of bots in here. So we just need all sorts of charging. Yeah, something tells me this one is going to start to be overloaded pretty quick here. So we're already, with what we have now, we're already at 350 horsepower. I think I can pretty safely go ahead and just put this guy in right there, and that should be okay. Just have one more. And then we're going to want to rotate this guy just to go that way. And then, if I can click on the correct thing, my eventual idea is to just have this be completely surrounded. That's going to require another one of these engines, of course. Or the understanding that they're going to be suboptimal. But that's fine. We got some time to kind of figure that out. Why are we, oh, that's right, because I'm so smart that I deleted the one thing that was the entire link for everything. Well, you can't always win. That is for sure. So now we need planks. Hopefully we have some soon. Because I made a blunder. Oh, now we're all tired. That's what happens, man. Anybody got planks? Anybody got planks? No? No planks? Nothing? You're gonna carry nothing? Even after we just had this discussion and you promised to get some planks? Well, these guys are going at least. Alright, we'll do that much. So I might as well just leave that like so, and we'll just put in 3 like that. Should be fine. Oh, we gotta blow this one up right here. See, we're getting somewhere. We're just massively expanding our plank production in an effort to hopefully send them everywhere else. We have the logs, we're fine. No complaints there. So long as our factories can produce appropriately. Yeah, because they use planks too, and that starts to cause problems when you just don't have the basic stuff figured out. Alright, this guy needs some water. So guess what we're going to do? We will flood all of this. I guess we can take that down to 4. That should allow these guys to pump away for a little while longer here. Hopefully. That is the idea after all. And of course, yeah, see, it's already dry over here. Pretty much, yeah, entirely dry. I'm hesitant to let this out so much. I'm gonna do this just so I can have these guys pump more. But it's definitely Definitely having almost 21 days left and it being like this is not the most inspiring of signs. I'll tell you that for sure. But, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. We have survived much worse, and we will be just fine. It's just going to be a little dry before we get to the other side of this. So it looks like we've got these ready to go. I didn't really need to blow these up, but, you know, why not? Alright, so one little piece of path here solves all of that stuff, and now we have a huge amount of lumber mills. More than doubled our capacity in terms of producing planks. So hopefully we should see the results of that before too long. And this district down here will be the beneficiary. And we can make our own planks here. So that's looking nice. That working exactly as planned. Building whatever we want to call this thing. The causeway over nothing. The bridge to nowhere. Something like that. Alright, so that's looking good. We can leave that alone for a while and just focus on making sure we're in a position to export enough wood over here. And yeah, logs just aren't making it here. Which, I don't know if I need to be super concerned about that or not, but probably isn't a huge issue. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stick that back up to 4.5. Hopefully, there we go, that'll stop. This is a very good and efficient water storage because it is not as spread out as the others. There's more volume in height. So, it's good that we built this. I probably should have deepened it instead of building it taller because I think, well, obviously you have all these high points, but I think the volume that we already have could be almost doubled before we get down to the you can't blow this up anymore realm. So in the interest of science, we'll say, I should be able to do all that. I just have to connect this little bit right here. Or actually, no, that might still be in range. Yeah, that should be in range because we already have these paths over the top. Oh, yes, sirree. You absolutely love to see it. This is a thing of beauty. We're going to blow this up and get more capacity, but that is very much a side project. So we will leave that alone for now. Let's check on our beaver lunchable production area. Now we're down spatterdock and cattail crackers. Is that all of these like that? Yeah, and maple pastries. Oh, no, what's the deal with the maple pastries? We have plenty of syrup, and we have plenty of wheat flour. So I guess it's just a matter of we don't have enough haulers to take care of stuff, so we should probably, first of all, should probably not have gotten rid of all of those haulers. But we can make a few more just to make things easier here. Because I think we're going to end up having every biobeaver back in this district before too long. Because this district here really doesn't need biobeavers. So we have the bots here, we have bots here. We really don't need anything else. We've got all these haulers. I guess we could use haulers. But to have 16, I don't think it's necessary. So let's take this down to 5. We'll go down to 6 biobeavers in this district. District 23, we're going to lower the minimum down to 6, and then I'm going to send them over to Beaverburg. I could have just clicked the 10 button, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Go back to your home. You too good for your home? What a movie. So now we have in this district 236 and 30 homeless beavers. We've got to build them somewhere to sleep. And I like this little housing complex here, but it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have some over in this area as well, even though theoretically this should be all bots doing this. We don't have enough bots, and it's going to be a long time before we do because we have these other districts to supply. So the beavers over here need somewhere to sleep, somewhere to get some water, which we have some sort over here. And food-wise, probably would not hurt to have something like that as well. So, let's see, how far... Yeah, we can get some beaver housing built over here. Some large barracks. Nope, don't put that there. Right next door. And then I think... should be all good to go. We'll just put our things there, put some nice stuff up on the roof. I can remember where it is. There we go, decorations. You know the drill, folks. Gonna have to come up from... I think it should let me construct the top things from here. We'll see. I don't know, maybe it's not going to like that it's one level over, but we will certainly try. We'll get that all taken care of. Actually, just to be safe, because I really don't want to bother with garbage if this doesn't work. We'll just build it one piece at a time. Just like that. And then, of course, we have water over here already. We're going to want to put some food right next door, and I think probably would be a smart place to put in one of the large warehouses and fill it with Lunchables. Just because we can. Why not? Oh, I lied. Guess what we're going to put on top of the large warehouse? Oh, man. This is... That's exactly what I need, huh? For one of those, let's do... packaged foods. Because we are going to start making more packaged foods just as soon as we get our ingredients balanced correctly. Which is a unfortunate consequence of having a poor strategy for the movement of goods and services. That's just the way it goes. Yes, right now, all of these are looking a little... Oh, this isn't even prioritized by build haulers. What are we doing? None of these are, but these two are doing other stuff anyway. Okay, grilled spatterdock. This is waiting on grilled spatterdock, so... Do I have to build another spatterdock farm? Is that what this is going to turn into? Maybe it just kind of comes in waves. So we have plenty of cattail crackers, so that shouldn't be a problem. That's looking okay. How are we doing over here? You have nothing left to do, you say. Okay, well, how about I move you over here. And then you can get rid of all of those guys. Yeah, you can get all of that, and then... Actually, you know what? No, I can move you somewhere else that's going to be a little bit more conducive to actually getting something done here. What if I put you right here is probably fine? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we should be... I guess I don't have enough bots here. Making planks seems to be working pretty well. I think I can come in here now and get most of this done. Then we're going to need another stair. Right here. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a priority there. Make sure that's all taken care of. Get that one last tree done, and then I'm pretty sure we can go all the way up here. If we check with our... Yeah, see, it doesn't even reach this ladder right now, but it should reach all the way to the end of this path. Or up the ladder, and then far enough to actually finish the rest of it. So I think now at this rate, if we can get a few more beavers here and get our log import substantially improved, we should be in pretty good shape. We just need them to start bringing some logs over here. So I think a good way to encourage that is going to be to put a storage for logs right here and have it set to import those. And then we'll have some a little closer. Because, you know, we have a lot of logs. We have absolutely no shortage of logs. Somebody pointed out in the comments as well that we forgot to put some stairs here. So we're going to fix that immediately while we are over here. As soon as somebody gets around to deleting this. Should be a pretty easy thing. Okay, metal blocks receiving. We also need to take a look and see our storage. Yeah, we have 1,200 metal blocks out of 920 capacity storage. So that's a lot. That is more than we can currently use. So I guess our smelters aren't moving fast enough to keep up with all of the metal blocks and the metal scrap metal coming in here, which is, I suppose, a good problem to have. Doesn't feel like one, but probably is. Alright, so these should be... Yeah, we'll get these all the way up to 10 each. Alright. That is looking better. Still waiting on Spatterdock. That's going to be a theme, isn't it? All of this has to grow. It's so slow to grow that it just kind of makes it difficult to really get much of anything done. I guess I could put another one over here if we really wanted to. You know, I actually don't hate that idea. So why don't we try and just detonate all of this here. Use our natural occurring border here of all of this stuff. What was supposed to be here? Packaged foods? Okay, so we don't have enough packaged foods production. That's fine. We got plenty of other stuff to eat. We just need our Spatterdock production to become substantially higher, which is one of those things that we're working on slowly. It's not going to be an overnight transformation here. Alright, so that now has the space here to get its own, and I think once that is done, we will see that it should be very, very much improved. Like, look at this. This is still right here. This is still yellow. And then it's the end of red right here, so that should give us a huge boost. It'll be very, very nice to have that done. Let's see. Supplying. Next person comes in, should be able to just build it. Alright, that's done. Let's check our range here. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. It goes all the way out here, which means we should be able to go all the way out here. Love to see it. So they'll get to work doing that. We have charging here, looking good. And I think we don't really have enough logs for this really to work, but I think we're going to want to put another charging station engine thing over here somewhere just to make sure these guys can do what they got to do. But some parts of this are already fully built. I don't think we're quite halfway overall, but that is a pretty decent amount built. It's definitely enough for the flooding to begin. But the beaver bots aren't going to care about getting a little wet, which is, I always thought, kind of funny. But if they're all mechanical clockwork, then I guess that really doesn't have anything to do with it, then does it? So that's looking nice. Mine is unable to continue operating because there's too much scrap metal. Okay. Well, we got to get our guys in this district going, don't we? We have a kind of a problem here. I guess what we could do... Oh, I hate to replace this with those ugly platforms, but I kind of think we might have to. Or I can at least... I can take out these four right here. And I think... I clicked the wrong thing again. I can replace these with smelters. Get 3 more of those in place. that's a good spot for that. And this is a mess right here. Is what this is. I got to do something about this because that's just kind of like, like what's going on with that. I think what we're gonna do, get rid of that and then pop in just one of these as a temporary stopgap. We'll figure something else out because I do need to be able to get into both sides of this. But this should help substantially to have 3 more to process all this metal. Like we are going through it. We are definitely going through it. How much how stored? I guess we need to have more of these things dedicated to storing metal blocks. Like, what do we have? Okay, these are all full of planks. Okay, that's fine to have planks there. We have metal blocks. We have scrap metal. That's books, planks, treated planks. Alright, so I think we can turn this one into treated planks. Then we can turn these into metal storage because we just really need more metal storage. That ought to be okay once we get everything loaded where it needs to go. These last few might be kind of a problem to find a spot for. Because I think we were right up... Oh, never mind. Alright, that's seems to be working just fine, actually. We have these here now. So now we have 12. We have 12 of these smelters going, hey, you should be a bot. Okay. No, you can go do something else. Because we actually have enough to get rid of most of the bio beavers doing this. Trying to think if there's going to be a better way to squeeze some more in here. I don't want to take out too many more of these lumber mills, even though we did just build this huge bit of production here. I think this district could use some more beavers. And by beavers, I mean beaver bots. So let's raise the minimum to... That's the wrong button to push. Let's raise the minimum to 60. Try that. And I'm going to raise the Beaverburg minimum to, say, 30. Should keep most of the essential stuff going. Yeah, we're making great progress here. They've already come all the way up here. That is great to see. You'll love to see it. So we'll come over here. Give them a little bit of help with some stairs. I think that should take care of pretty much everything else. I don't know how much more reach we have from our little platform area here, but it does seem to be doing pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and put in another one of these control towers. Probably right around here would be smart, because everyone's going to have to come along this thing. That's going to give them a nice boost during and after the construction process. We can always get these back later. It's not like that's a really big deal. So I am going to go ahead and boost that slightly. And then, yeah, we're not going to be done with this area for a while, but we're definitely making a whole lot of progress, that's for sure. We need to connect this all up so they can start building this section too, because that's pretty close. So now, in terms of construction, yeah, we got a lot of beaver bots. Lots of beaver bots doing beaver bot things. So this is actually just waiting on metal blocks, which is nice because we have tons of them stored up. They just have to make their way over here. Looks like we got some carrying those right now. Those guys going to build all sorts of other fun stuff. So we will leave that alone for the time being. See what else can we get ourselves into. We're making excellent progress, honestly. Having the bots do all of this, I think, was a fantastic move. Frees up a lot of resources for everything else. Meanwhile, in this district, we have bot production seems to be going according to plan. We have bot limbs. We have, well, we don't have a ton, but we do have some in storage. We got bot chassis, and I don't think I have one for heads. I think that was the one thing, yeah, the one thing I hadn't done. But the good news is we have, I guess, enough to just keep making more bots, which is nice. Let's check out how are we doing on our food stuff here. Alright, so we do have some grilled spatter. Oh, now it's the chestnuts, huh? That's how it's going to be. Where's my gatherer for chestnuts? I got blueberries here. Where? Right here? Is that what this was? Chestnut trees, yes. I don't have anybody gathering. Okay, no, I do. I do. I wonder why. Maybe we just blew through our entire stash of chestnuts. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, we're going to, Oh, seriously? They hadn't... Okay, they couldn't do that one. That's fine. So I think I can get away with putting, these right here. That will be a nice, full extent of our spatter dock area here. Go ahead and prepare by having a... Not a farmhouse, aquatic farmhouse. I need a good spot for that. Probably right here would be... yeah, we'll do right here. That'll be fine because we'll have to walk across the little bank here. Not that we really need this tapper shack or the maple syrup tank here. We already had 3 tapper shacks up here, so I don't know why we didn't just use that. Is this all in range of the people? Yeah, it looks like it is. So we'll have our aquatic farmhouse here. We'll have a staircase right down here in the middle. Should be... Is that legitimately completely centered? Almost, except for this little corner piece. That's fine. We're not going to lose sleep over it. Let's just get this one little piece of dynamite done right here. Hopefully that's sooner rather than later. And then we'll be good to go, folks. And then I just have to... I think... Yeah, we'll put that piece there. This is going to be the water drop. Yes, I know. I know you have nothing to do right now. But soon... Soon, my friends, you will be spatterdock farmers. Now, I think another thing we probably should do, should go ahead and put in place, would be to put in a gate to let the floodwaters in here in case we ever need to refill it. So I will make a provision for that. But for now... That was loud and laggy. That's fine. We'll put our water dump right here. And then our stairs right there. Plant all of our spatterdock here. And should be all good to go. If I really felt like making a big deal about it, I'd come up here and just dynamite this all the way down. Still might do that. But for right now, that is not necessary. I'm going to go ahead and put in just a regular old floodgate here. I'll set it to max height, and we can reflood if that ever becomes part of the necessary here. Now, I'm not completely brain dead, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to put here in the corner a stream gauge, and then this guy can turn on and off appropriately. I really don't think it's ever going to be allowed to be off, just because of the volume of water it's going to have to put out, but every little bit counts. So we'll go ahead and attach this guy right here. We're going to unpause when it is below, let's just say 0.5. And we're going to pause when it's above. Let's just say pause when it's above 0.9. That should leave us a decent bit of wiggle room there. Not that I'm really anticipating this is ever going to be a problem. I probably should do a similar thing over here in the corner, but I am not going to delete any spatter dock. It's just not happening. So what I will do instead is unplant this. They'll harvest it, and then I will put my stream gauge there. And then I think I'll do the same thing over here. And then we'll have all of these running. We'll save a little bit of labor. And it should be alright. Very slowly letting water out, as expected. Alright, so now that that is largely taken care of, how are we doing over here? Making good progress, hopefully. Yeah, can't really complain. Although the bots are feeling the pressure of not having charge. So I'll tell you what we'll do. It's probably not going to be here for super long, but I think, yeah, let's put that right here. Just put this one thing where it goes. I'm going to go ahead and put in, I guess I should have thought about this a little better. Trying to think about a best, because I was just going to say, oh, I'll just make a whole line out here, but no, that's obviously not going to work. So I think what we're going to end up doing is put in a line like this and just have corner here, and then this T piece in the middle, and that way it can just go completely out in a straight line. These 8 should be a perfect match for our 400 horsepower, and that should be the end of that. So that'll be a nice little recharge station right there for the bots. We already have our control tower doing its thing. We could probably actually put in a few more of those. We have plenty of science, and theoretically we can spare the rest of the resources. Should be fine here, so we'll put... These are going to get ripped out anyway once this is complete, so it doesn't have to be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. But that is fine by me. Put in right here, can get one. There we go. We'll just put a couple of these in. And by couple, I mean 4. And we'll go about what we have to finish. Although these guys right here probably should be a little faster than most. So we'll give those guys just a tiny boost to get the rest of this all figured out. We'll come check on our Spatterdock adventures right here. We're making progress. We're getting there. Alright, this still hasn't been removed yet, which I guess I should have anticipated. We'll get there. I'm not really in a rush. This is always full, pretty much. Okay, so now that that's looking good, I think everything else for our Lunchables should be in pretty good shape. Again, the chestnuts, I don't really understand why that's a problem. Grilled potatoes. Potatoes do seem to be... Oh no, we have 1,200. So I guess it's just our haulers not being able to haul everything. or the fact that we haven't prioritized these by haulers yet, which I know if everything's prioritized, nothing's prioritized, but Eventually we're going to have so many more it doesn't matter. I am beginning to wonder, though, if I got rid of too many of these breeding pods. Our numbers aren't really declining too much, but we're definitely starting to see some signs that that might be happening. The game is chugging merrily along at a blistering 15 FPS at times, but it's all going to be fine. We just need 2 more metal blocks to finish this engine. And looks like we're getting... Nope, that guy's got logs. I was wrong. Oh, look where that red line ends. That's pretty much perfect. That means we can build that. It'll be A-okay. If we really wanted, we could go 1 more level up. But that would flood the rest of the map, so we're not going to worry about that. I just need 1 more guy to bring in 1 more metal block, and this engine should be done. Should be good to go. We just got to worry about getting more logs in here, which I thought should stop being a problem by now because we added so many more haulers. But it seems to me that this is just too far away, so I am going to go ahead and put in just a couple of these large industrial piles full of all of our logs here. Alright, got that done there. Hopefully they'll start filling those up and then the haulers can just take from those, assuming their pathfinding algorithm is actually good. I actually have no idea how it works. Can only assume, and you know what happens when you assume. Yeah. They are, at the very least, supplying them to be sent, which I guess is some sort of progress. That's fine. Alright, this is dry again. We only have 6.5 days left, though, so I do think... Oh yeah, we're way low. I think it's in the best interest of all of this for these guys to finish as soon as remotely possible, because in about 7 or 8 days, depending on how fast the water comes in, this whole thing is going to start flooding. We're going to want to get pretty much all of this disassembled, but I don't want to disassemble it until they're done, you know? And they are certainly doing their best to get the rest of these put in appropriately here. So we need... Oh, that should have been a bot already. We need to get some more bots in here pronto. We have 8 unemployed bots. 56. We have 5 jobs open. So... I thought I said the minimum was going to be 60. Are we already at minimums somewhere else? No! So why is... Okay, they're incapacitated is why. Alright, let's just send another 10 over, just because we can. So this now should mean we have 5 that don't have jobs. Do I have haulers in? I do. I have 10 here, that's fine. Got builders there, that's fine. Got some more coming in. I'm just going to go ahead and build, you guessed it, another builder's hut. Because they don't actually need to come here to go to work for some reason. So these are all set up correctly, I do think. Yeah, we'll build that pronto. Although I was kind of hoping they would get the control towers built, but I guess I didn't prioritize them appropriately. At least we do have some charging here, which is nice. They definitely needed that. But I'm going to go ahead and prioritize at least 1 more of these. I think this one probably. Get that one popped up as fast as possible. Let's see, we have 4 more. Well, guess what? We're going to put in 4 more. So many builders. I know I just keep putting everything at the maximum construction priority. Because that's the way it goes. Well, we do have, in this district, we do have the gears. And we don't really have the metal blocks, but we are at least producing them. And we probably don't need to be sending the metal blocks, so I will just go ahead and set that to receiving for a brief period of time. Let's see if we can't get the rest of these built. Build up a little bit of a mass here. Now, I don't know. I can't get materials, so these should meet in the middle just fine once we have everything everything all set up correctly. We just have a lot of tired bots that we have to be able to actually get them in here to, well, do stuff. And they need control towers to help them move fast. Because I think the bonus, control tower bonus, should be wearing off at some point. Either that or they're just that fast. Okay, so now he's got another boost. Yep, and now he's doing his thing, zooming. Oh, that goes down pretty quick after being out of range, so it is a good thing that we're building the rest of these. I just never really messed with them. For whatever reason, this most of the time just hadn't bothered to do very much. I know that seems kind of weird, I guess, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay, pumping. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and let all of this out to be pumped, because we're also gonna want this to backfill as much as possible at the end of this episode in well, I won't say when it ends, because the last time I did that I got in trouble. And you guys said I was a liar because I told you to, but that's beside the point. We'll have some fun with that later. Construction is going very well, though. I did not think it was going to be quite this fast, but they are putting in the work, and it is looking pretty nice. We just need the logs. The importing definitely seems to be the problem. These are probably should be filled. Okay, yeah, now this is very close to the potential for flooding, so I'm going to cut that off. And that's all we're going to have now, because now we're just kind of wasting water coming out the top of this. That's fine. That's the way it goes. That is the natural order of things. We don't have enough bots in here to actually replant all of our trees, which at the moment isn't a huge problem, because realistically speaking, I don't think there's going to be another huge building project that's going to require as much in the terms of logs as we're doing right now for the duration of the map. Unless we try to do something just completely insane. I just don't see it. I have one more kind of fun, you can't really call it a mega build, but I have one more fun build planned for this area right here that we'll get to do hopefully before too long. But once this whole thing is kind of flooded here, nice big reservoir, and we have everything else balanced out pretty well, it's probably going to be about time to say goodbye to this map, which is kind of sad, because we've had a lot of fun with this, but at some point everything does come to its natural end. We've just stretched this a lot longer than any of my other playthroughs. But we're not there yet. We got plenty more to do. So don't be upset yet. We'll have a good time. They still haven't nice. They still haven't had that one grow all the way up yet. That still hasn't been harvested yet. In terms of, yeah, we're still really low on Spatterdock for some reason. But we do have 2,400 2,400 Lunchables. Don't tell me we have 1,000 stored up. We don't even have that many bio beavers here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop receiving packaged foods at this station. Stop sending them because we don't need to be messing with that. There's 624. That's gonna last them a nice long time, and there's still grilled potatoes if they need food. But we need to feed our regular beavers here first. As time goes by, we're gonna have to get all of our bio beavers out of here anyway. And we're gonna have bots everywhere. We have so much iron, metal, whatever you want to call it, that I actually don't know if our 4 bot assemblers are going to be enough to handle that. We might have to go ahead and construct another parts tower. We don't have any bot limbs. We have tons of chassis here. I don't know that we're necessarily being limited by anything. Okay, well, bot limbs. Yeah. Bot limbs might be the only one. This managed to keep up pretty well. I can't really say too much negative about how that is going here. That's looking nice. We're making good progress. Looking good, looking good. Let's build. Waiting on metal blocks. Of course we are. And I don't think... Yeah, we're not exporting. Not exporting metal blocks, so I think they must just be automatically using them for other stuff. But there's still a couple of these that we need to build. I got 2 more, 3 more. 3 more of these things. Just waiting on metal blocks. They're all waiting on metal blocks. I got 20, 40, 60. 60 metal blocks. So why are we not making these? They should have. They got all the stuff. I don't know why they're going so slow. So maybe I should build another oh, they're not at maximum power because we have all of these things. That's right. I was going to fix that. I was going to put in another engine just for the bot chargers. Yeah, that was going to be a real smart idea that I was going to have here. All right, if I do lag, if I do that, yes, I know these require metal. That's kind of a... No, I should build this one first, definitely. Now, how am I going to manage to screw this up? All right. I could just put in... I'll just do it that way. That's easier. So that's going to be 7. That's almost enough. It will work out to be just fine. Then we can get rid of these. And then our smelters can do their smeltiest. Got 1.7 days left till the drought is over. And we're about to cross over the hour mark in just a little bit. So, hey, I would say we're doing pretty well. This side is just about finished. The corner's coming along nicely, and there's really not that many spots left to hit, which is encouraging. So we might actually not need the control towers after all. Yeah, you know what? I don't think we're going to need them, which is a shame because we spent all this time trying to make it make sense. But pretty soon the only bot activity in this district is going to end up being running this mine, and we're not going to need to have how many bots? We're not going to need to have 64 bots to do it. So we'll just probably go down to 20 bots in this district to take care of all of this stuff. And we can send everybody else back to the main district or to the other outlying districts and just have all the bio beavers in this main one. Now, I really want to make sure this doesn't dry up. I don't think it's going to in the next 1.1. Oh, yeah, we're good. That was a little bit of a nail biter there. All right, these are still... Ribbit. These are still growing. That's fine. We'll just keep on lowering this down. Looking good. Our Jenga tower is starting to look a little sparse. So this is... Yeah, I'm really happy with this. Could it go faster? Yeah, it could. But for all things considered, I believe this is about as good as we could reasonably expect. Yeah, so nothing to be super upset about there. It is, by all accounts, going pretty well. All right, so in preparation of this, I'm going to let water out that way. Put this back up to, say, 2.5 to 3. And we'll just let this whole thing fill up. I think having this set to 3 should match the height of this when this starts overflowing. Let this get a little bit of the action as well. And we have some explosives to detonate. Isn't that fun? I just love that. With all of my heart. All right, we have tons. We have tons of dynamite left. Yeah, we'll get this in. Do I really need to be spending beaver labor on this? No, I really don't. It's kind of a waste, honestly, but it is fun. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? All right, 0.2 days left in the drought. So this should start filling up again very, very soon. These trees are going to die in 7 days. But probably not. Once we get some more water in here. I think we can help that real quick just by opening this up as well. Now, this is already all the way open, so that's looking good. And the drought's over. And so we start cycle 27. Man, we've been playing this map a long time. long time. Coming up on 30 episodes. I guess now they're averaging about an hour and a half, aren't they? That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to play one map. Considering that I've made videos of or streamed almost every single minute I've ever played Timberborn, I think we can be pretty happy with that. All right. This mine isn't here anymore, so obviously that can go away. They can come get all this scrap metal and stick it wherever they want. Still have storage space for logs. Are we still importing logs? I guess we'd still technically need them to fuel these things. So, I guess it doesn't really matter. So we'll leave that alone. We are filling all of this up, which is great to see. We have water slowly coming in here. Although, if I don't close this gate, I don't think it's going to be much more of a benefit to us here. I'm going to let this whole thing get filled up before I close that. And then we'll see how much longer we want to do this before we call it a day for today. I really want... I really want to make sure this dam is complete. And I don't think it's going to take very much longer to do it. We just have these bits in the corner here. And they do have the benefit of the control tower. It's just this section right here doesn't. But these guys do seem to be going pretty speedily here. Yeah, look at them go. Yeah, we should be just fine. And then we can start dismantling all this, because we're really not going to need it. I can pretty much promise you we're never going to need it. And this is high enough that it's probably not this drought cycle going to flood high enough to get rid of the ruins here. We might want to consider putting up a levee or something around it, but I think they can still get it out if it's flooded. They just can't have the scavenger flags flooded. Alright, so we got a few more pieces right here. One right here that is just about done and will be done now and is done. And now they're all going to focus on our back quarter here. And they'll be able to build all of this. That is just exciting. See all that finally come together. So yes, as I promised, I'm probably going to leave the path here just in case I ever want to come back. But you know, there's no reason to have the have these charging stations anymore because they're not going to need to come back over here. And if they do, well, then that's a problem I can deal with later. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle all of this stuff. Haulers can come pick it up. I'll leave the ladders in place. Those will be probably important at some other point in time. But they can maybe use all those logs and materials to build other stuff if they so choose. I guess for right now, I guess I can leave this in place, but that is going to be one of the next ones to come down for sure. He's out of stuff to do, so that's fine. Yeah, just come finish this last little bit here. It'll take them a couple minutes. So let's check out how we're doing. Okay, we already have water coming through over here. So that means it's time to let this... yeah, we should probably have that at full height. Then water can build up. It's not yet pouring over this section right here. But it will very soon come out here, and that'll be good for this district. Get that all filled up. Yeah, making good time here. Putting all of our explosive fun where it goes here. Lag. Now we have 14 bots that we don't need, which is kind of a shame. 13 now. Because all of these bots are about to go right back where they came from. Yeah, this is already flooding again. It shouldn't be coming back over this thing. It really shouldn't be. So I don't know is it just the natural order of coming down here? Is that what that is? Because it shouldn't be coming from anywhere. I don't think I have any gaps anywhere. It wasn't coming from over here. Huh. Well, that's a curiosity for a later time. Don't tell me they built these first. Of course they did. You can't make it because you don't have metal blocks. Well, friends. Guess what? Now you're about to have metal blocks. Come grab those things. Get it done, folks. There's plenty of... Oh, I don't have storage space for metal blocks. Is that why this is a problem? Alright, well, we can fix that. Right in front of the station, let's put a spot for metal blocks. That'll be helpful for exporting anyway. Okay, we have... should be scrap metal here and treated planks. That is full, by the way. So that is looking fine. Yeah, come get your metal blocks. Fill it up here before this whole thing floods, because the flood's coming, I can promise you that. You better be ready. Yeah, I've just got 4 more pieces. And then this enormous construction project will be done, and it will actually be a nice end to an episode for once. And not me waiting another 45 minutes because I didn't understand how builders versus haulers worked in a game I've been playing for a year and a half and made a whole lot of videos on. That's kind of embarrassing. Just a little bit of an injury to my personal pride on that one. But you live and you learn. That's what happens when you play these games. There's a lot of mechanics that you really aren't ever going to fully understand unless you are just completely dedicated to studying the game, which, to be completely honest, I'm not. I just like playing the game and having a good time. So, it is what it is. Let's let them finish these last two little levee blocks here that I guess really aren't necessary, but I like to have it complete. So yeah, once again, coming up on the end of another episode. I really appreciate you guys who've stuck with the series this far. I think we've accomplished a lot of really cool stuff. It's definitely my favorite playthrough that we've done so far. And we got a couple more fun things to do. I do want to make sure that we can eventually fill up this whole thing, which is probably going to mean substantially reducing the beaver population. So we're consuming less water. But that comes with part of the territory here. Now this is completely done. We're not going to have to worry about this again. So get rid of all that. Let them pick up all these things, which of course means we no longer need any of these because they're going to be flooded very soon. So we'll go ahead and get rid of everything else. And the haulers can come take it all away. And now, yep, we can get rid of builders' huts. And we can move our district center somewhere else. I might just end up putting it up here. Put it on some stilts maybe. It's not flooded yet, but it definitely will be at some point soon. I guess I could have left. Maybe this control tower could have let them finish building that because they're going to kind of run out of energy going to all these places. But that's fine. That's the way things go. At least these are all ready to go now. Which means I can, at last... Well, I won't get rid of one that somebody's in. It's kind of rude. It's like the porta potty truck comes to pick it up while somebody's trapped inside. That's just bad news. You never want that to happen to you. So I will try not to do it to our beaverbot friends. You can finish your business, and then we'll get you out of there. Look, it even looks like they're sitting on one. Man. Alright, that's enough of that. There you go. So now our metal smelters can operate at maximum efficiency, and we still have 7 chargers because 7 chargers should be more than enough for probably the 20 20 bots I'm going to have stuck in here when it's all said and done. And they are still trying to harvest all this stuff. Gears and planks, man. Gears and planks. Because we have all this storage here that is, I guess, full already. Gears, scrap metal, treated planks. I don't have room for regular planks. We also don't need to be importing them, so I'm going to take that out of there. Take it out of here. Where's planks? Alright, that's good there. And now, I guess I could have left that and just switched to export planks. That wasn't very cash money of me, was it? Let's send planks. And receive planks. And then we'll have to build, of course, more of these things. I promise we are almost done. I just want to make sure this is set up for success as we finish here. Alright, so that's going to be for our regular planks. Gears we have plenty of storage for. I'm not going to be worried about that. There's a lot of stuff sitting here. We've got logs that we don't have storage for. We've got plenty to go on. I guess they're coming to get all this now. Gears and planks alike. Should just be, I'm pretty sure, all gears and planks. So that'll be fine. I guess we can go ahead and build another storage for gears. Well, really all of this because this is about to be flooded a lot. So let's put some of that to work and build some more warehouses here. 3 high. There we go. Okay, industrial piles. So we can just put some more logs up here. And then we want to get rid of all of these down here as well. Yeah, come get the rest of this stuff. Alright, so halfway through, most likely, this temperate period, we are flooding over here. This should overtop here instead of coming out the side. So that will fix all of those problems. This will fill up nicely. Once that's all good to go, I do think I will set this up to 3. Let's try 3.5. Slowly build that up. Start equitably distributing the water here. Did they ever harvest this piece? Alright, looks like they did, so we'll put that in there. And they did that one too, so that'll be a nice thing to end on. I know there's a couple more of these stream gauges that I haven't fixed yet, so... Let's see, do I have... Okay, yeah, we're dry over here. Is it because we don't have... No, that one's deliberately paused, so that's working fine. Or is it? Was this the one that was 4 high? I think it might have been. Alright. So this actually needs to be removed and replaced. Oh, come on. This is so hard to navigate. Come on. Jeez. Alright. I'm just going to do that. We'll put in a levee down here to bring that back up, and then that, hopefully, will fix all of our problems. There we go. Somebody did mention that in the comments that I had one that was 4 deep that I had somehow managed to miss. The rest of these, I think, are okay. We just need more bots, which we will definitely have very soon. Once we complete our little conquest here. Planks can all go away. Logs can all go away. Coming up here. Sending our planks out. And they need to go back. So as long as there's storage in this district for planks, which I hope there is. Or is it full? We need to build more storage for planks. I figured that would probably be an issue. Oh, I was going to put roofs on top of this. I guess I don't need to now, do I? I will anyway, though. So now it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not going to fit. Not going to fit. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We will just have to build 2 of these. We'll call it storage for planks. And we'll just have this extend. Does it have to be 1? Yeah. We'll have that extend that way. And then we'll turn this into a staircase. By staircase, I mean ladder, because my brain doesn't work, apparently. Alright. We'll put that on that side, that on that side. We'll just have to build nice, straight, super boring looking thing. That's looking nice. Looking very good. We're pouring water out now like we're supposed to be. We're getting nice and full over here. So I will send this up to a height of 4 incrementally. In all honesty, it probably should just go right the way up to 6. Because it's more important to have water up here than it is to have it down here. But this is looking quite nice with all this water in here. If we really wanted, we could just flood this and be done with it. But we still have plenty of scrap to collect, and they are, well, they're doing something all right. They are doing something. So I think we'll give them something to do temporarily, and we'll put in a hauling post that will allow them to help out, and we'll export the rest of these somewhere else. Yeah, fill that all the way up. So this district, how are we, how many? We only have 12 extras. Okay, well, I also don't need these builder's huts. I can promise you that. So those can go away. Now I have 20-ish. I have 19 extras. Okay. One incapacitated because they were out of the juice. We just have to have storage space for all this other stuff. Boy, do we have a lot of it. We got logs. We got planks. Probably need to have a couple more levels here for each. Alright, so that's going to be... Man, that was fast of them to build all that. I don't even really have any builders anymore. Logs, 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 logs. So I guess I'll have some planks on top. Just for right now. Oh, there's our drought warning. Okay. So short temperate season there. Alright, now everybody's favorite part is where I cripple the entire rest of the district here because I have to put my ladders in. You know how it goes. You know the vibes. Is that the correct orientation for this? I think so. Alrighty. So you know, we might as well just go ahead and... can't do that. That was not a smart choice. Alright. Well, I'll tell you how we can fix that is just using platforms, which is probably how I should have done this whole thing in the first place. But it is what it is. No, not logs. This will be planks just to kind of get everything all picked up nicely. Probably should be... Yeah, it's going to end up being planks again. So I have to build something else for gears. It has to just be a warehouse. I want them to pick all this stuff up, man. Look at all this. The gears just going to waste. Well, we seem to have Spatterdock again. So actually, I haven't even bothered to check. How are we? Yeah, we're looking good. Except for grilled potatoes now. How is that we have grilled potatoes. All right, they're just being slow. Okay. Oh, I didn't put the paths in. Those are just a little bit important here. So why is this... Oh, okay. I guess I needed to fix that one. Alright, and I was going to put in a large warehouse for gears. Oh, I should have planned this better. This is exceedingly ugly, is what this is. Just not very well thought out whatsoever. What a weird problem to have. 'Cause I guess I could put one here. I just have to move the path around. Yeah, remember like 10 minutes ago when I was trying to like start a sign off for this episode? It's not going to be 2 hours though. It's not going to be 2 hours. We're almost done. Just bear with me. Alright, gears. Here's you go. Put your gears in here's. I'll be here all week. And ladder time. Yeah, just build these ladders quickly, please. Or at least that one. You can build the other one slower if you want. Because nobody can reach anything. How are we doing on our capacity? Okay, we're looking good. Already filled to capacity here. Slideshow. PowerPoint is my favorite video animator. It actually was pretty good at motion animation back in the day. 10 FPS. Creamy. A lot of the picking up doesn't seem to be happening. no storage space available. Look at all this. Don't tell me you've already filled up all these sheesh. Filled up all this with logs already. I can't believe it. Oh, so now they don't have... Now they don't have enough planks, is that it? They don't? Okay. I know there are planks left in here. Just gotta come get them. Have somewhere to put them, I guess. There we go. Now we're just waiting. Then go get all the gears. And then we'll be good to go. Alright, so that is looking nice. Haulers can go do whatever they feel like doing. This is, well, approaching some degree of fullness. I doubt sincerely that it's going to be ever completely full. But hey, look at our water. Our water storage is getting fuller. And we're decreasing the amount of beavers we have very gradually. Very slowly. But we will get down. I would like to get under 200 beavers and fill the rest of the jobs with bots. Of course, all the jobs in this district will slowly start disappearing because we're trying to use this as a giant reservoir. Will we ever be able to fill this? I'm not sure. I really don't think we can even get enough water in one of our temperate cycles to even fill this unless we just had a couple of back-to-back 10-day droughts. I'm honestly not convinced it's even possible, but we're going to try. And if it doesn't work, then after we decide we're finished, I might just mess with the dev tools and try to get it filled up just to see what it might look like. But I think overall, we've gotten a lot of good stuff done in this one. We've got this nice big levee that may or may not ever be necessary. It's all completed, all ready to go, and we can send our other bots back into the rest of the town, which of course is going to be a next episode thing, because we are actually coming up to the end of this one. 0.2 days left. Slowly, look at all these gears, man. They better be picking up all this. Okay, they got all that. You know what we can do? Oh, frame rate's so much better when I pause it. Wow, 130. Haven't seen that one in a while. Sheesh. Let's just gather all that and place an emphasis on gathering as much as we can. Man, I haven't seen this hit 130 frames since, like, I don't know, episode 2. And then you unpause and, oh, it goes right back down. But where are we at? Let's see. Let's find out what the next drought is going to be. Got a nice amount of water in here, actually. I wish it was another half a block higher, but what can you do? 30 days. All right. That is a nice medium-long length for us on our 49-day scale, at least. So, you know, I think we'll be in a good spot. We have plenty of water saved up. Our amount of beavers is only decreasing. And we have a lot better management of our water resources. So I think we're in a very good spot. One last thing I will fix before we are completely done is we'll attach this stream gauge and get it programmed correctly. Unpause when below, blah, 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 blah. Pause when above, blah, 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 blah. That's done. So now that can get fully back. And we have all of these other beaver jobs that are not currently working. We're now going to lower that down to 30, 40. Raise this one to 30, and hopefully get some of the rest of this back up and running. An influx of additional beaver bots is going to allow our foresters to do planting of trees, and this district should recover very nicely. We don't have any water stored here, which is fine. We don't have any of the reservoir area. We have plenty stored up here for our hot rock geothermal turbine. There were a couple of you that wanted me to put in the cooling tower. I guess I can research it. But, yeah. This is what it looks like when you put it on there. Looks pretty cool. I just don't want to lose the 6,000 horsepower that this... Why does this not want to... There we go. I don't want to lose the 6,000 horsepower that this is going to take because we're currently demanding almost 14. And it's only producing 16, so I would have to make another one of these or put our what do you call them? Engines back into service. So I don't think we want to do that. Although it does look kind of incomplete. For right now, we need the power. We might be able to gradually reduce our power consumption to where the cooling tower would make sense. But I'm really not concerned about it. It does give us some water back, which could be useful long term. But presently, we do require too much power consumption to even think about it. Now that this is done, though, I think we might be able to get away with reducing some of our wood processing because we're not going to need so many planks. We have pretty much completely filled up our storage for everything except gears. So if anything, I should get rid of some planks or some lumber mills, whatever the game wants me to call them, and maybe reevaluate where we're going from there. But for now, you know, I think we can really be pretty happy with this. I probably should have let the water get a little bit higher here. But in 30 days, this isn't going to dry out. And if it does, we have ways to prevent that. So I think we're A-okay. So of course, next episode, we'll continue the slow deconstruction and harvesting of everything here. Move our district center up closer to this area, and then maybe we might even just build another set of platforms all the way out here so we can have our ruins harvested. I guess we can give these extra guys something to do. I know I keep saying we're done and then I just keep doing more stuff. You know how it goes. But now they can harvest. Like we don't already have enough scrap metal. But eventually that will be a necessary thing. I guess, is this all just logs now? Are there no planks left? I guess that's what it is. So we can set these to logs. And they'll... Ah, there it is. Planks and planks and planks. Now this could be logs. That's fine. They'll go put it in the other plank areas. Look at these guys go. They're hauling in logs. Finally. But we don't really need any more logs right now because look at all these things we got sitting around. Oh, man. Oh, we really don't need them, but whatever. It's fine. It'll balance itself out eventually. But man, we used a lot of this. We have under 10,000 logs in our tower for the first time in, oh, I don't know, 10 episodes. we were high on the hog with regard to our log supply. But I digress. That is what I've been doing for the past, I don't know, 10 minutes. Great episode. We got a lot of stuff done. Finally finished this thing. I can get all this garbage out of here. And we can work toward our goal of completely greening the entire map once again. Hopefully we can get through the rest of this 30-day drought without losing too much water to evaporation. I have kind of thought about putting in over here a mechanical water pump to kind of suck all the water out of some of these areas and back up here so it evaporates a little less quickly. I don't know if that's ever really going to become a thing that we need to worry about. But for all intents and purposes, the hard part of this playthrough is done. It was always going to be a challenge to get this fully working and get that whole thing built. So we're good now. We can do some more fun stuff and focus on optimizing, maybe making things look a little bit nicer. But other than that, we are definitely in the home stretch. And it's been so much fun. I'm really grateful for you sticking around, again, all the way through this series. It is a slog to watch almost 30 episodes that are averaging around an hour 20, hour 30 minutes. Yeah, it's a lot, and I really appreciate you being here. As always, if you have anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, concerns, roastings deserved or undeserved, just don't try not to be too mean. Now, you can say what you want. Just be nice to people. You guys usually are, so we're all good there. And I look forward to reading comments. I do read every single one. I can't always respond, but I do read them, and I appreciate them, and I appreciate you, even if you don't comment, even if you're just here to watch. first 30 seconds and dip, that's fine. Any amount of video you want to watch is fine by me. I'm just glad you're here. So whatever it is you're doing today, I hope you have a fantastic one. Stay safe, have fun, and we will see you tomorrow for some more Kingdoms Reborn, and then once again on Thursday for the next episode of Timberborn. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.